Very good morning to all of you. Welcome back. So today is the last session of this batch. In the previous 3 sessions, hello Swati. So in the previous 3 sessions, I discussed the concepts on marginal costing. I hope you guys are thorough with the concepts. Further, as I advised you to solve the questions of study material and past practice manual. So I hope you guys have solved all the questions. If you guys have any doubts or queries, you guys can please post your queries. Good morning, Sanya. Good morning, Swati. Good morning, Divya. Good morning, Sanjana. Good morning, Prashant. So if you guys have any doubts or queries, you guys can please post your queries. Further, I have uploaded an assignment. I request you guys to please download the assignment. I'll be discussing few questions from the assignment only. I request you guys to please download the assignment. I'll be discussing few questions from the assignment only. So there is a query from Sanya, sir. Please discuss question number 8 of the module. So let's start with question number 8 of the study material first. Then we'll start with the questions of my assignment. So let's start with illustration number 8. 1 second. I think, Sanya, is it illustration number 8 or question number 8? For this question number 8, I think I have to discuss the concept, then only I'll be able to solve question number 8. Anyway, so let's start with the questions of my assignment. So let's start with question number 2. An umbrella manufacturer makes an average net profit of rupees 2.5 per piece on a selling price of rupees 14 rupees and 30 paisa by producing and selling 60,000 pieces. That is 60% of the potential capacity. His cost of sales is direct material is given, direct labor is given, work overheads are given, and selling overheads are given. And the percentage of fixed and variable is also given in case of work and sales overhead. During the current year, he intends to produce the same number of units, but anticipates that his fixed charges will go up by 10%, while the rates of direct labor and direct material will go up by 8% and 6% respectively. But he has no option of increasing the selling price. Under this situation, he obtains an offer for further 20% of his capacity. What minimum price will you recommend for acceptance of offer to ensure that the manufacturer earn an overall profit of 167,300? So let's start with this question. So herein there is an umbrella manufacturer who is working on 60% of his capacity and manufacturing 60,000 units. The costs are given, the selling price is given. However, in the current year, there is an increase in price. Further, he cannot increase, there is an increase in cost. However, he cannot increase the selling price of the product. So in this situation, he has received an order wherein he can utilize 20% of his capacity, and you have to quote the price of that order so that at least he can earn a profit of 167,300. So let's start with question number 2. What we will do is, we will first calculate the profit under the current situation. So herein, my selling price is 14 rupees 30 paisa. When talking about material cost, it is 3.5. Further, it is given that the direct labor and material cost will go up by 8% and 6% respectively. So 3.5 plus 6%. This will be 3.71. When talking about the labor cost also, it is given that it will be increased by 8%. So 1.25 plus 8%. This will be 1.35. Further, the work overheads are given, that is 6.25 of this 50% is fixed. So 3.125 is variable. Sorry. Sales overheads are also given, that is 80 paisa. Of this 25% is variable, that is 20 paisa. So 3.71. So my variable cost in the current scenario is 8.385 per unit. So my contribution will be 5.915. Now current capacity is 60,000 pieces at 60% of the potential capacity. So we can calculate the total contribution. That is 5.915 multiplied by 60,000. Now we have to subtract fixed cost. So my work overheads and sales overheads are given. So my see, these are my work overheads. These are my sales overhead. We have to increase it up. We have to increase this cost by 10%. So plus we will add 10% into 60,000. That is my normal capacity. Always remember this, guys, that always remember fixed cost is calculated at normal capacity. Always remember this statement. So my normal capacity is 60,000 units. So accordingly, my fixed cost will be calculated on 60,000 only. So this will be 245, 850. So profit earned under the current capacity is 109050. This is the profit under the current capacity. If you guys have any doubts till now, you guys can please post your query. Good morning, Rohan. So now a question for you guys. How much price we should quote for that offer so that we can get an overall profit of 167,300? So waiting for your answers, guys. A very easy question. How much price should I quote for the offer so that I can get an overall profit of 167,300? Waiting for your answers, guys. Rohan, your answer is incorrect. Good morning, Preeti. How much price should I quote for the offer so that I can get an overall profit of 167,300? So half of the question I've already solved. Now waiting for your answers. how much price should I quote for the offer of these 20,000 units so that I can earn an overall profit of 1,67,300? Waiting for your answers, guys. Okay, so I've got answer from Shweta. Sorry, I've got answer from Sanya. Incorrect answer. Swati, you have to tell me the price. So Swati, your answer is incorrect. No worry, Shweta. That's okay. Very good morning, my dear. So I've received answer from Swati, Sanya, and Rohan. The answers are incorrect. Divya, your answer is incorrect. Rest all waiting for your answers. Incorrect answer, Sanjana. Sanya, incorrect answer. Yes, Prashant. Waiting for your answer. See, guys. All the answers are incorrect. Sanya, 60,000 units are currently sold. So now see, here it is given that under this situation, he has obtained an offer for further 20% of his capacity. It means 20% means 20,000 units. He has got an offer of 20,000 units. So what minimum price will you recommend for an acceptance of an offer to ensure the manufacturer an overall profit of 167,300? So desired profit is how much? 1,67,300. Now profit from 60,000 units, 1090 profit. So my desired profit from balance 20,000 units will be how much? 58,250. So we can say desired profit from offer of 20,000 units is how much? 58,250. Or we can say profit per unit will be how much? 58,250 divided by 20,000. $2.9125. Now, guys, this is my desired profit. This is my desired profit from the balance, that is offer of 20,000 units. Now to manufacture this 20,000 units, cost क्या incur होगा? Very simple, variable cost ही लगेगा, क्योंकि fixed cost always remain fixed irrespective of production, और हमारा fixed cost already हमने consider कर लिया है in this 60,000 units, so no separate fixed cost will be incurred for the balance 20,000 units. So the cost of manufacturing is how much? In short, I can say my variable cost 8.385. So selling price, minimum selling price, or we can say minimum offer price should be 11.2975. In short, we can't provide them any sort of product less than 11.2975. This should be the minimum price what the manufacturer has to quote for the offer. इससे कम हम लोग product supply नहीं कर सकते. So how practically the things work? Say that what manufacturer will say that market में I'm selling it for 14 rupees 30 paisa. I can sell it you for 13 rupees. Somehow, somewhere bargaining hoga. But very important, the bargaining price should not be less than 11.2975. And if we accept this offer at 11.2975, we will earn an overall profit of 1,67,300. If you guys have any doubts in this part, you guys can please post your queries. I request you guys to please copy the solution. Those who have any queries can please post your queries. Yes, any doubts, Sanya, Prashant, Sanjana, Divya, Swati, Rohan? I repeat again, guys, fixed costs remain fixed irrespective of production. And fixed cost will always be calculated at normal capacity. I think you must have learned this in budgetary control, that fixed cost is always calculated. If fixed cost is given per unit, we have to multiply it with, multiply it with the normal capacity to get the total fixed cost. And that fixed cost will remain same at all the level of production. So herein in this case, my normal capacity is of 60,000 units. So therefore, my fixed cost 2,45,850 will remain fixed. Even though we manufacture 1 lakh units also, this cost will always remain fixed. So to calculate the profit, we have already deducted this fixed cost here only. So my manufacturing cost to manufacture these 20,000 units will be how much? 8.385 per unit. Anyone having any doubts or queries can please post your queries. I request you guys to please copy the solution. Yash, Shweta, Divya, any doubts? Sorry. I request you guys to please open question number 4. I will be discussing question number 4 of my material now. Vijay Limited. So let's start with question number 4. It is related to sales mix. So I'll be discussing one more concept now. What if we are manufacturing two types of product and only one fixed cost is given? So how to calculate the break-even sales? So let's start with this question number 4. Vijay Limited makes and sells two products, V and J. The budgeted selling price of V is 1800 and that of J is 2160. The variable cost associated is also given, that is 900 and 1800. The annual fixed production and selling cost of Vijay Limited in aggregate is 88,000. The company has two production or sales options. That is, it can be either sold in the ratio of 2:3 or in ratio of 1:2. So what will be the optimal mix and why? So let's start with question number 4. So herein there are two types of products that are given, that is V and J. The selling price is given. The selling price is given, that is 1800 and 2160. The variable cost is also given, that is 900 and 1800. So we'll get the contribution per unit, that is 900 and 360. Now the company, the fixed cost is given, that is 88,000, and the sales mix is given, that is 2:3 or 1:2. Now, which is the optimal mix and why? So herein, the fixed cost is given in aggregate and we are manufacturing two types of product. Now the point is how to calculate break. Now we have to calculate break-even sales. So the point is how we have to calculate break-even sales. So herein, let's start with the first mix. If the mix is in the ratio of 2:3. Now we'll first, when such types of questions are there, I mean examiner अगर ऐसे questions पूछता है, so the point is first we will calculate the combined PV ratio, then only we'll be able to calculate the break-even sales. So let's start with combined PV ratio first. So herein, we will give the effect of the mix also in the contribution per unit and the selling price per unit. So my contribution per unit is 900 for V, into the weight is 2, plus the contribution of J is 360 into the weight of J, that is 3, whole divided by selling price 1800 into the weight of V, that is 2, plus the selling price of J into the weight of J, that is 3. Into 100. So this will be 1800 plus this will be 2880 whole divided by 10080 into 100. So we will get the combined PV ratio that is 28.57%. So if a particular company is manufacturing two or more than two products, and the fixed cost is given in aggregate, so to calculate the break-even sales, we have to first calculate the combined PV ratio. So this is my combined PV ratio. So now we can easily calculate the combined break-even sales. That is my fixed cost. So my combined break-even sales will be 88,000 divided by 28.57. This will be 308015. Further, if you want to distribute upon V and J, it should be distributed in this ratio, that is 1800 into 2 and 2160 into 3. We can't distribute it in the ratio of selling price. We have to consider the price as well as the weight. So herein, when talking about V and J, it will be 9 to 18, 18 into 2, 3600 is 2. 6480. So this will be the ratio. How come 3600? That is 1800 into 2 and 2160 into 3. That is in the sales ratio. So this will be 111005. One nine eight zero one zero. Sanya, please recheck your answer. Your answer is incorrect. We have calculated in rupees. If we want, we can calculate in units also. With the same approach, that is, if we divide this by selling price, we will get the number of units. So herein, if I divide it by 2160, I'll get 92 units. And herein, I'll get 62 units. If you guys have any doubts or queries related to this part, you guys can please post your query. Waiting for your queries, guys. Break-even sales is divided in the ratio of sales, that is 1800 into 2, 3600, and 6480, that is 2160 into 3. So this is how the break-even sales is divided. In the ratio of sales, that is the impact of price as well as the quantity. Further, if we want to calculate it in units also, we will calculate first of all the combined contribution per unit, or we can say weighted average contribution per unit. So my contribution per unit is 900 into the weight is 2 plus 360 into 3 divided by 3 plus 2, 5. So this is the simple weighted average method to calculate the combined weight. No, it can't be directly 2:3 because this 308015 covers the quantity as well as the price. That is the weight as well as the price. So we have to consider both to distribute the combined break-even sales. So 900 So my combined contribution per unit or weighted average contribution unit per unit will be 560 per unit. So now we'll calculate the break-even sales in units. $88,000 divided by 576. So 153. So these 153 units can be divided in the ratio of 2:3 to get the final value. That is 2:3 if we divide. So this will be 62. This will be 92. Good morning, Mr. Pratna Sarthi. Our answers are correct. Very good, Shweta. The correct answers. But the break-even number of units is okay. Now it is correct. That is 153. Very good. Mr. Pratna Sarthi, please recheck your answer. Anyone having any doubts or queries can please post your queries. I request you guys to please copy this explanation. Those who have any queries or doubts can please post your queries. Now, a question for you. If the sales mix is 1:2, what will be my combined PV ratio? What will be my combined break-even sales? Second question, and the third question, break-even sales of B and J. So waiting for your answers. What if in case combined contribution per unit is basically the weighted average of the contribution. So my sales mix is 2 and 3. So 900 into 2 plus 360 into 3 divided by 5. How come 5? 3 plus 2. So the simple weighted average technique I have used. So now waiting for your answers, guys. Giving you 5 minutes time to post your answers. Okay, so I have got combined PV ratio answer from Shweta, Prashant, Harish, Mr. Pratna Sarthi, Rohan Kumar, let me check. Sanya also. So the combined PV ratio, the correct answer is 26.47. So I think everybody's answer is correct. When talking about combined break-even sales, ₹332, ₹452. So I think most of the students answered correctly. So very good, Preeti. All the answers are correct. Sanjana, the answers are correct. Further, the break-even sales of V and J. So this will be 97780. So I think I got correct answers from everyone. Very good, Shweta. All the answers are correct. Sanjana, Preeti, Swati, Divya, Rohan, Pratna Sarthi, Harish. So this is all what about the sales mix based question. So whenever the examiner do ask sales mix based question, the first thing what you have to calculate is the combined PV ratio. Then the next one is the combined break even sales. You can individually calculate the break even sales of both the products in rupees and in units. So when talking about which sales mix is better, so very simple guys. So here in my combined break-even sales is 308015. This is my combined break-even sales. Whereas in this case, the combined break-even sales is 332452. So we have to compare these two. So जिसका break-even sales कम होता है, या we can say the PV ratio is on the higher side, that sales mix is better. So here in my PV ratio is 28.57 and here it is 26.47. So this the optimal mix is 2:3. So the management should go for the mix of 2:3 rather than 1:2. It is contribution. We are calculating contribution per unit. So how can we consider the selling price, my dear? It is per unit, Sanya. I request you guys to please copy this presentation. So the optimal mix is 2:3 as PV ratio is high and break even sales is less. I request you guys to please copy the presentation. Now let's start with question number 7. I'll be discussing question number 7 of my material. These questions are not there in the study material. So I request you guys to please refer the notes I have provided. I'll be discussing question number 7 now. So let's start with question number 7. At budget activity of 80% of the total capacity, a company earns a PV ratio of 30%. So there is at budgeted activity of 80% of the total capacity, the company earns a PV ratio of 30% and a profit of 15% of the total sales. Due to COVID pandemic resulting in poor demand, the company has to reduce its selling price by 10%, and the company was able to achieve a production and sales volume for the equivalent to 50% of the total capacity. I repeat again, due to COVID pandemic in poor demand, the company has to reduce its selling price by 10%, and the company was able to achieve a production and sales volume equivalent to 50% of the total capacity. The sales value at this level was rupees 27 lakh at a reduced price of 18 per unit. Due to reduction in production, the actual variable cost, due to reduction in the production, the actual variable cost went up by 5% of the budget. You are required to prepare the statement of profitability at budget and actual activity. So budget and actual activity, the actual capacity is 50%. So now we have to calculate sales, variable cost, contribution, fixed cost, and profit. When talking about the data given, it is 27 lakh. So I request you guys to please first calculate the budgeted sales. So waiting for your answers, guys. It's a very easy question. Follow the steps and try to solve the question. It's a very easy question. So let's start with this question. So I request you guys to please post your answers on budgeted sales. What will be my budgeted sales? Okay, so I've got answer from Sanya. Okay, so I have got answers from 1 second. Okay, so I've got answer from many of the students. So let me check first. So those who have posted 43,20,000, it is incorrect. I think everyone, Swati, Rohan, Swati, Sanjana, Sanya, Shweta, Rohan, I think everyone has posted the same answer, that is 43,20,000. Your answers are incorrect. So yes, Sanjana and Divya, waiting for your answers. 43,20,000 is incorrect. Prashant Kumar, your answer is also incorrect. I think everyone posted the same answer, that is 43,20,000. Read the question carefully. Half of the work is done if you read the question carefully. Yes, Harish, Prashant, Pratna Sarthi, waiting for your answers. Everyone is posting the same answer. I know what you have guys, what you guys are doing. You guys are saying 27 lakh divided by 50 into 80. 43,20,000 is incorrect. So please post the correct answer. Your answer is incorrect. Read the question carefully. Giving you 2 minutes time. Again, a very easy question. Read the question carefully. Half of the work is done if you read the question carefully. So now this time I have got a different answer from Sanya, but sorry, Sanya. Sanya has posted this answer, so this answer is also incorrect. So now this time I have got the correct answer from Mr. Rohan. So Rohan has rectified the answer and his answer is correct. So very good, Rohan. Your answer is correct. Okay, Shweta, incorrect answer. Rohan, your answer is correct. Sanya, correct answer. Pratna Sati, correct answer. Shweta, again, incorrect answer. So as I told you, half of the work is done if you read the question carefully. Shweta, incorrect answer. Now I've got correct answer from Harish also. Your answer is correct, Harish. So see, guys. So here it is given that due to COVID pandemic result in poor demand, the company has to reduce its selling price by 10%. The company was able to achieve a production and sales volume equivalent to 50% of the capacity. The sales value at this level was rupees 27 lakh at a reduced price of 18 per unit. So herein, my actual selling price is 18 per unit. So now budgeted selling price will be how much? This 18 per unit is after reduction of 10%. So this is equals to 90%. So how much will be my actual price? Rupees 20 per unit. Further, we can calculate the budgeted units and the actual units also. So my actual units will be how much? 27 lakh divided by 18. So my actual units manufactured are 1,50,000. So when talking about the number of units also, it is 1,50,000 my actual units and 2,40,000. So my this will be 48 lakh. If you guys have any doubts in this part, you guys can please post your queries. Shweta, please recheck your answer. Prashant Kumar, please recheck your answer. So now the next answer is what will be the actual variable cost? Waiting for your answers. Now, what will be the actual variable cost? Waiting for your answers, guys. What will be my actual variable cost? It's a very easy question. It's just like a crossword puzzle. So Divya, this time correct answer. Shweta, please check the solution. Now it is correct. So it is 48 lakh. So what will be the actual variable cost? So Harish, incorrect answer. I've got answer from Harish relating to that actual variable cost. Your answer is incorrect, Harish. I'm talking about this part that is actual variable cost. And Sanya, your answer is incorrect. Shweta, incorrect answer. Rohan Kumar, incorrect answer. Mr. Rohan, please check my sales is 27 lakh. तो variable cost आपके हिसाब से sales से ज़्यादा है. So the company is in loss. So your answer is incorrect. Shweta also incorrect answer. Okay, so I've got many answer. 4 lakh, 20 lakh, 20. So I think I've got the correct answer from Swati. Now Swati is the first one to answer. So rest all incorrect answer. Shweta, Shanya, Preeti, Anandita, Sanya, Harish. All the answers are incorrect. Very good, Swati. Okay, so Preeti again incorrect answer. No worries. Sai Divya incorrect answer. It's a very easy question. Don't rush. Just read the question carefully. So I've got correct answer only from Swati. Rest all incorrect answer. Harish incorrect answer. Sai Divya incorrect answer. Shweta incorrect answer. Yes, Pratna Sarthi, Prashant. Waiting for your answers. Harish and Shweta, your answers are same, but it is incorrect. Sanya, incorrect answer again. So see, let's read the question once again. At budgeted activity of 80% of the total capacity, the company earns a PV ratio of 30%. So if my PV ratio is 30%, it means my contribution will be how much? 14,40,000. Therefore, my variable cost will be how much? 70%, that is 33,60,000. So my variable cost per unit will be how much? ₹33,60,000 divided by my number of units, that is 2,40,000. So this is rupees 14 per unit. Now herein in this question it is given that the sales value at this level was rupees 27 lakh. Sorry, due to reduction in production, the actual variable cost went up by 5%. So my actual variable cost per unit will be how much? 14 plus 5%. This will be 14.70. So now 14.70 into 1,50,000. So 22,500,000 is the correct answer. So this will be 4,95,000. Next question, what will be my budgeted fixed cost? Waiting for your answers. All the answers. Now this time, Shweta, your answer is correct. Rest, Preeti, everyone incorrect answer. Very good, Divya. So now what will be the fixed cost? Waiting for your answers. Quick, guys. What will be the budgeted fixed cost? So this question is not difficult. You have to just go step by step to solve the question. So Prarthna Sarthi, your answer is correct. Swati, your answer is correct. Yes, rest everyone, waiting for your answers. So Preeti Khaitan, Harish Chandir, Sanya, Prarthna Sarthi, Swati, your answers are correct. So herein in this question, so Sai, Divya, Shweta, now correct answer everyone. So now herein in this question, it is given that the budgeted profit is 15% of the total sales. So my my budgeted profit will be how much? 15%. So 448 lakh into 15%. So 7,20,000. So this will be my balancing figure. So this will be 720. So the actual loss will be 4,95,000. This is 2,25,000. So this question is not tricky, but the point is you have to read the question and you have to solve the question. So you have to read the question carefully and then you have to solve the question. Anyways, if you guys have any doubts, you guys can please post your query. Now the data is ready, so you can easily calculate the PV ratio, break-even sales, and margin of safety sales. Sorry, the PV ratio and the break-even sales in units of the actual sales activity. So this part you can solve it on your own. So the major thing was to prepare the statement, that is the budget and the actual statement. If you guys have any doubts, you guys can please post your queries. Waiting for your queries. Further, I request you to please copy the solution. The question is not available in study material or past practice manual. It's a fresh question, guys. Actual selling price is given in the question, that is 18 rupees. So waiting for your queries, guys. Okay, so do post your answer. What will be the break-even sales in units? What will be the actual break-even sales, as the question is asking? So what will be the actual break-even sales in units? I think there is a typing error from your end, Sanya. Sanya has just posted the answer. Shweta, I want actual break-even sales in units. I am waiting. Okay, so now Sai Divya, your answer is correct. So Sai Divya is the first one to post the correct answer. Shweta, you have to calculate break-even sales in units. Rohan, your answer is correct, but it is in terms of rupees. You have to post the answer in units. Shweta, incorrect answer. I'm surprised you are getting. You're not getting the correct answer. Swati, correct answer. Pratna Sarthi, correct answer. Shweta, please recheck your answer. So Preeti Khetan, I think there are some calculation mistake from your end, Preeti. Shweta, it is incorrect again. Sanjana, correct answer. Shweta, you have to first calculate the contribution per unit, thereafter fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. So it's very simple, Shweta. My contribution is 4,95,000 divided by 1,50,000. So my contribution per unit is 3.3. 7,20,000 divided by 3.3. So 218. Contribution per unit is 4,95,000 divided by 1,50,000. So I'll get the contribution per unit. So this is 3.3. Now break-even sales in units is equals to 7,20,000 divided by 3.3. So 218,182. If you guys have any doubts in this part, you guys can please post your queries. Very good, Prashant. Your answer is correct. Now, Shweta, it is correct. Don't rush. Read the question carefully. Try to recollect the concept, what you have learned and revised, and then apply your concept and solve the question. Don't rush for the solution. Anyone else having any doubts in this part? I request you guys to please copy the solution. So guys, let's take a break of 15 minutes. I'll be back after 15 minutes with fresh 2 more questions. In the meanwhile, those who don't want to take break, I request you guys to read question number 5 and try to solve question number 5. I request you guys to post your answer on question number 5. Question number 5 of my material. I request you guys to please post your answers on question number 5. So let's take a break of 15 minutes. I'll be back after 15 minutes. So be ready with the answers. You guys can post the answers. No worries, Shweta. That's okay. I understand it happens sometimes. So no need to say sorry. But whatever it is, please take care. Things will be fine. Try to focus and try to solve the question. That's okay. Completely okay, Shweta. Take care of yourself. So I request you guys to please post your answer on question number 5. You can post as soon as you, as in when you calculate, you can post. I'll check the answers after the break. So let's take a break of 15 minutes. Welcome back. So I think I've got answers only from Swati and Sanya. So Yash, Shweta, Preeti, Prashant, Pratna, Sarthi, Rohan, आप लोगों ने क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किया है? Let me check, Sanya. So waiting for your answer, Shweta. So let's start with question number 5. The details of the output presently available from a manufacturing department of Kunal Synthetics Limited are as follows, wherein the average output per week is 48,000 units from 160 employees. The saleable value of the output is 6 lakh. Contribution made by output towards fixed expenses and profit is 2,40,000. So the current contribution is 2,40,000. The board of director planned to introduce more automation in department at a capital cost of 1,60,000. So this cost is irrelevant. The effect of this will be to reduce the number of employees to 120. So currently the employees are 160. Now they are planning to reduce the number of employees to 120, but to increase the output per individual employee by 60%. So let's start. So calculation of contribution under proposed plan. So let me read the question first, then we'll start with the solution. So the effect of this will be to reduce the number of employees to 120, but to increase the output per individual employee by 60%. So the output per individual is increased by 60%. Further, it is given that to provide the necessary incentive to achieve the increased output, the board intend to offer a 1% increase in the piece work rate of 1 rupees per article for every 2% increase in average individual output achieved. So it means it is saying that the piece rate is 1 rupees per article, and they are saying that for every 2% increase in production for every employee, there is an incentive of 1%. Further, it is given to sell the increased output, will be necessary to decrease the selling price by 4%. Calculate the extra weekly contribution resulting from the proposed change and evaluate for the board's information the worth of the project. Let me check if anyone has posted the answer. So, okay, I've got answer from Sanya, Sai, Divya. Let me calculate Divya. Let me check. In fact, Swati has posted the final answer and Sanya has also posted the final answer. So let me check. So let's first start with the sales part. So average output is 48,000 units with 160 employees. Average output per employee currently average output per employee is how much? 48,000 units divided by 160 employees. So it is 300 units. Output per employee under proposed plan will be 300 plus 60%. So this will be 480. So output will be how much in total? 480 units per employee into 120 employees. So my output will be 57,600 units. So this is the first part what we need to calculate, that is the output in aggregate. The second part is the selling price. So it is given that we need to reduce the selling price by 4%. So current selling price is how much? 6 lakh divided by 48,000. So it is 12.5. So revised selling price will be how much? $12.5 minus 4%. So the new price will be rupees 12 per unit. So my sales will be how much? 12 rupees. Sorry, 57,600 units into rupees 12 per unit. So this will be 691,200. My variable cost now excluding incentive. My variable cost excluding incentive will be, see, earlier my variable cost was 6 lakh minus 240, that is 360. So earlier my variable cost was 3,60,000 rupees for 48,000 units. So for 57,600 units, how much will be my variable cost? 4,32,000. Now the last part is the incentive. Can you guys calculate the incentive amount? Waiting for your answers. Only the incentive amount. So very good, Sanya. Your sales is correct. So can you guys calculate the incentive amount? I think I'm not getting correct answers from everyone as far as the weekly contribution is concerned. So herein, when talking about the incentive part, it is given in the question that to provide the necessary incentive to achieve the increased output, the board intend to offer 1% increase in piece rate for every 2% increase in output. So the piece rate is rupees 1 per unit. Now it is given in the question that for every 2% increase in average individual output, there is an incentive of 1%. So they are saying that for every 2% increase in average individual output, incentive is 1% is the incentive. So herein the average individual output is how much? It is increased by 60%. So my incentive will be 30%. So it means my incentive will be 1 into 30%, that is 30 paisa. So total incentive will be 57,600 into 0.30. One 17280. So we can say my extra weekly contribution will be 1920. Currently, my contribution is 2,40,000. If I'm going for this plan, change in plan, I mean, if I'm going for that plan, then my new contribution will be 241,920. So how much extra? 241,920 is my current contribution. Sorry, contribution as per the proposed plan minus the current contribution. So 1920 is the extra weekly contribution. If you guys have any doubts in this part, you guys can please post your query. Yes. Very good, Harish. Your answer is correct. Now you guys can please post your queries. It is 1920 only, Swati. It's not 19,200, but it is 1920. I request you to please copy the explanation. Again, the question is not there in the study material or past practice manual. Yes, Shweta, Maruti, any doubts? Prashant, Sanya, Swati, Harish. Okay, so Pratna Sarthi, sir, variable cost. So see, my current variable cost is 3,60,000. How come 3,60,000? See, 6 lakh is the sales value of the output and the contribution is 2,40,000. So 6 lakh minus contribution 240, 360 is my current variable cost. Current variable cost is 3,60,000 for 48,000 units because my current production is 48,000 units. So for 57,600 units, how much will be my variable cost? 4,32,000. Now, as far as there is a query from Sanya, sir, but the total sales are increased by 2%. How 60%? So see, Sanya, read the question carefully. The board of the director planned to introduce more automation in the department at a capital cost of 1,60,000. The effect of this will be to reduce the number of employees to 120. So the first point is the employees are reduced to 120 from 160. But to increase the output per individual by 60%. हर इंडिविजुअल का आउटपुट 60% से बढ़ रहा है. सो इट इज गिवन कि हर इंडिविजुअल का आउटपुट 60% से बढ़ रहा है. So they need to be, they need to be rewarded. So the question is saying that for every 2% increase in output, they will reward 1%. So the output per individual is increased by 60%. So the incentive will be 30% on the piece rate. Yes, I know this. The point is, it requires practice, Shweta, nothing more than that. I think few students were not, they didn't check the schedule. Manohar, Anmol Patwa, Tanishka, I think Vijay Raghavan, these students were very much regular in the batch, but they are absent today. Today, I think Divya. So I think they were not notified. Anyways, guys. So if you guys have any doubts in this question number 5, you guys can please post your query. There is no other formula. The point is you have to practice and you have to read each and every line of question carefully. Read the question once, twice, till the time you are thorough with the question. Don't start with the solution. The key is read each and every word of the question carefully. See, there are few questions जो काफी lengthy रहते हैं और उसमें काफी irrelevant information होती है. So skip the irrelevant information and focus on what is relevant for the solution. But the point is you have to read each and every word of the question carefully. So practice is the formula. Practice is the only formula, and practice and patience is the only formula, Shweta. Yes, Sanya, hopefully your query is resolved. Pratna Sarthi, hopefully your query is resolved. Yes, Shweta, I know. I mean, I'm damn sure many students are going to complain because they are waiting for, I mean, they were waiting for this session. No, Swati, there will be no impact of the capital cost. It's an investment. If depreciation is given in the question, we would have calculated the depreciation on 1,60,000. But no information is given in the question as regards depreciation, so we will ignore 1,60,000. It's a capital cost, not a part of our daily routine. We can say it's like purchase of machinery or something like that. Anyone else having any doubts? Pratna Sarthi, any doubts? So let's discuss one more question. I'm discussing question number 3 now. Again, a new concept. Those who want to copy the solution can please copy. That's okay, Sanya. No worries. That's what I'm saying. The key is to read the question carefully. Yes, Rohan. Any doubts? Preeti Ketan. Any doubts? Sanjana. Any doubts? So let's start with question number 3. A paint manufacturing company manufactures 2 lakh per annum medium-sized tin of royal paint. I repeat again, sorry. A paint manufacturing company manufactures 2 lakh per annum medium-sized tins of Royal paints when working at normal capacity. The following cost of manufacturing per unit is given, that is material, labor, variable overhead, fixed overhead, and the production cost. Each unit of the product is sold at the rate rupees 21 with a variable selling and administration expenses of 60 paisa per tin. During the next quarter, only 10,000 units can be produced and sold. Okay. So the management plan to shut down the plant, estimating that the fixed manufacturing cost can be reduced to 74,000 for the quarter. When the plant is operating, the fixed overheads are incurred at a uniform rate throughout the year. Additional cost of plant shutdown for the quarter are estimated to be rupees 14,000. You are required to express your opinion along with the calculation as to whether the plant should be shut down during the quarter. And second is to calculate the shutdown point for the quarter in units of the product, that is in terms of number of tins. So let's start with this question number 3. So again, I repeat, guys, these questions are not there in study material or past practice manual. So I request you guys to please download the notes. Those who have not downloaded the material, I request you guys to please download the assignment. So let's start. My selling price is available, that is 21 rupees. My variable cost is available, that is material, labor, variable overhead. Material, labor, variable overheads, that is 7.8, 2.1, and 2.5. Further, the selling and administration expenses are also given, that is 60 paisa per tin. So this is my variable cost. This is 13. So my contribution per unit will be 8. Units manufactured in this quarter, we manufactured 10,000 units. So my total contribution will be how much? 80,000. If we subtract fixed cost, we'll get profit. Now, when talking about the calculation of fixed cost, when talking about the calculation of fixed overheads, it is given rupees 4 per unit. And it is given that the company manufactured 2 lakh per annum median sized of Royal paints when working at normal capacity. So when talking about the calculation of fixed cost, see, annually it is 2 lakh units into 4. Further, if we want to calculate, so the annual fixed cost, eight lakh. So for quarter, it will be 8 lakh. A quarter is of 3 months. So this will be again 2 lakh. So my fixed cost is 2 lakh. So that there is a loss of 1,20,000. So if we operate during this quarter, there is a loss of 1,20,000. Further, if we shut down the operation, for the quarter, there will be a saving in fixed cost. However, the total cost, it is given in the question that the management plan to shut down the plant, estimating that the fixed overheads, fixed manufacturing cost can be reduced to rupees 74,000. See, ये जो वेरिएबल कॉस्ट है ये तभी लगता है जब प्रोडक्ट मैन्युफैक्चर हो रहा है. एज आई सेड एट द इनिशियल स्टेजेस ऑफ दिस चैप्टर दैट वेरिएबल कॉस्ट कब लगता है जब कोई प्रोडक्ट मैन्युफैक्चर होता है. बट फिक्स कॉस्ट इज इररिलेवेंट वेदर यू मैन्युफैक्चर द प्रोडक्ट और वेदर यू आर नॉट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एनी प्रोडक्ट. फिक्स कॉस्ट तो आपका लगता ही है. So however, they were able to see, if you shut down the plant during this quarter, they are able to save some fixed cost. However, it is given that the fixed manufacturing cost can be reduced to 74,000. So we can say if we shut down during the quarter, there is some shutdown cost that is also incurred. That is, अगर हम लोग प्लांट बंद भी कर दें तो भी कुछ कॉस्ट तो इनकर होने वाला ही है. कितना? 74,000 plus the additional cost of shutdown. It is given that 14,000. So it means even if we shut down the plant, there is a loss of 88,000. अगर हम लोग प्लांट चालू रखते हैं तो there is a loss of 1,20,000 we have calculated. If we continue with the plant, we will manufacture and sell 10,000 units and my overall loss is 1,20,000. However, if we shut down the plant, my fixed cost will be reduced to 70. It will be reduced to 74,000. However, there will be an additional shutdown cost involved, that is 14,000. So if we shut down the plant, हमारा loss कितना होता है? 88,000. If we continue with the operation, then our loss is 1,20,000. So what do you suggest, guys? Very simple, guys. अगर चालू रखते हैं तो 1,20,000 का loss होता है और बंद रखते हैं तो there is a loss of 88,000. So it is better to shut down the. If you guys have any doubts in this part, then you guys can please post your query. Harish Chander, please recheck your calculation. It is given that the fixed cost is reduced to 74,000. Not it is reduced by 74. It is reduced to 74,000. Please check, Harish. It is given in the question, Sanya, that during the next quarter, we can manufacture and sell only 10,000 units. So this information is given in the question. So this 88,000, अगर आप प्लांट चालू रखो बंद रखो, 88,000 तो anyways लगने वाला ही है. But if you continue with the plant, the total loss is 1,20,000. If you shut down the plant, my loss is 88,000. So still we will save some money. approx we can say 32,000 ka there will be a saving. So we should better shut down the plant. Anyone having any doubts? Anyone having any doubts or queries in this part can please post your queries. So now the point is, at what point we will be indifferent कि चालू रखो बंद रखो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. Can you guys tell me at what point? At what point we will be indifferent कि चालू रखो या बंद रखो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला, लॉस सेम ही होने वाला. एनीवेज लॉस तो होने वाला ही है, बट द पॉइंट इज कैन यू गाइस टेल मी at what point we will be indifferent? We will be indifferent that whether there is whether we shut down the plant or whether we continue with the operation, it's the same. Can you guys tell me the number of units where we are indifferent? हमारे डिसीजन पे कोई इंपैक्ट नहीं आएगा whether we continue with the plant also or whether we shut down with the plant. Both the situation will be the same. Can you guys tell me the units? So that units are known as shutdown point. Waiting for your answer. You guys have to tell me at what point we are indifferent. कि चालू रखो तो भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बंद रखो तो भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Waiting for your answers. So I've got answer from Sanya, sir, 25,000. Sorry, Divya, 25,000. Sanya, 36,000. It means, Sanya, you want to say, or okay. So now Sanya has changed the answer. Preeti has posted the answer. So Sanya, this time your answer is correct. So Divya, can you say that at 25,000 units you are indifferent? चालू रखो बंद रखो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. Is it so, Divya? I've got correct answer from Sanya and Preeti now. See Divya, you can recheck your answer. You have posted 25,000 units. So 25,000 units, you will earn a contribution of 8. That is 2 lakh rupees. So 2 lakh is my fixed cost. My profit will be 0. This is the break-even point. My question is very simple. Divya, that you have to calculate a point where you are indifferent. चालू रखो बंद रखो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. Here you are getting no profit, no loss situation. But if we shut down, there will be a loss of at least 88,000. So you guys have to tell me that at what point we will be indifferent. Chalu rakho, band rakho, the loss will be the same. Okay, so Harish Chander, you can again recheck your answer. 6155, Harish has posted. Harish, your answer is incorrect because see, in the question itself, they are mentioning 10,000 units. Still, they are advising to shut down. So this point will be about 10,000. See, 10,000 के नीचे तो वैसे भी loss हो रहा है. So my point is the answer will be about 10,000 only because below 10,000 at 10,000 units also we are advising better to shut down the plant. So it will be more than 10,000. I need that point where you can advise आप बंद रखो चालू रखो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. So it will be more than 10,000 because at 10,000 units, we can say that better to shut down the plant. You have to calculate the point where you can say either we can continue with the operation or we can discontinue with the operation. The loss will be the same. Yes, waiting for your answer. Pratna Sarthi, Divya, Preeti, your answer is correct. Sanya, your answer is correct. Rest everyone waiting for your answers. So guys, if you shut down the plant, my loss is 88,000. If you shut down the plant, my loss is how much? 88,000. It means अगर प्लांट चालू करे और 88,000 का लॉस है, so it is the point where we are indifferent. अगर प्लांट चालू रखे बंद रखे, अगर 88,000 का लॉस आ रहा है, it means we are indifferent. So now, in short, my desired loss is how much? 88,000. So my fixed cost is how much? 2 lakh. So how much is my desired contribution? Very simple, 1,12,000. 1,12,000, if we divide by the contribution per unit, we will get the number of units, that is 14,000. So at 14,000 units, we are indifferent. At 14,000, Shweta incorrect answer, Sanjana incorrect answer. At 14,000 units, we are indifferent. चाहे चालू रखो तो भी 88,000 का लॉस आएगा, बंद रखो तो भी 88,000 का लॉस आएगा. So at 14,000, we are indifferent. See, 14,000 into my contribution is 8 minus 2 lakh. So my loss is 88,000. So my loss is 88,000. If I manufacture and sell 14,000 units, my loss is 88,000. And if I shut down the plant also, my loss is of 88,000. So this 14,000 units is the point where I am indifferent. चालू रखो बंद रखो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. So in short, we can say this is the explanation. You can copy this for your reference. So when talking about the formula, very simple. My fixed cost. How come I got this 1,12,000 fixed cost minus my shutdown cost divided by contribution. Now it is correct. So my fixed cost is 2 lakh. My shutdown cost is 88,000 divided by 8. So again, no need to memorize the formula. Try to focus more on concepts. So I am done with this explanation of shutdown point also. I have discussed few questions on decision making also, plus few questions on sales mix also. So I hope you guys are thorough with the concepts on marginal costing. We are done with this chapter. I wish I could get some more time for graphical method, but nowadays examiners are not asking this graphical methods and all. So better, if you want, you can revise the graphical method. No need to skip anything, but within, the time allocated, I was able to finish that much only. So if you guys have any doubts in all what I have discussed, then you guys can please post your queries. Today is my last session. If possible, I'll request to ICAI to conduct 1 or 2 query session, but I'm not sure. So today is my last session. If you guys have any doubts in relation to marginal costing, you guys can please post your queries. Giving you 2 minutes time to post your queries. Okay, so Mr. Venkatraman, thanks for your feedback. We'll surely try to incorporate your suggestion. But the point is, limited time is allocated for each and every chapter. So I have to complete a certain portion in within that time frame. So sometimes I have to go a bit fast because I have to complete each and every part of the chapter in detail within that given time frame. So still, I mean, I tried my level best to cover everything in detail. Still, if you have any conceptual queries, then you can write a mail to ICAI. I'll address your queries in person. And thanks for your feedback. We'll surely try to incorporate in the coming sessions. Swati, you can write a mail to ICAI. The mail is available over the portal. So once you write a query to ICAI, I'll get that query and I'll try to address your query personally. Don't worry, Swati. You can put up your feedback, Shweta. If ICAI thinks so, then they will allocate me 2 more query sessions. But as of now, no plans as such. So, guys, thank you so much for your time and patience. Further, I request you guys to practice. Practice is the key. Try to solve questions in writing instead of doing ticking and all. Don't try to complete a particular syllabus. It's like let's first complete costing, then first complete accounts. So how to prepare for exams, a guideline from my side, at least take one chapter of costing every day till the time you finish costing. One chapter every day for costing, one chapter every day for accounts. So take 2 to 3 subjects, start revising 2 to 3 subjects parallelly. This tip is for the May students because अगर आप सोचे कि पहले costing खत्म करूं फिर accounts खत्म करूं फिर law खत्म करूं, so after all these subjects are over, if you restart again with the first subject, you will everything you will forget. So better is take 2 to 3 subjects in a day. Do revise what the faculties have taught you. As far as my lecture is concerned, I request you guys to solve each and every question in writing. Try to practice as many as questions possible in writing. Further, whatever the queries you have, you can write a mail to ICAI. I'll address your queries. Further, I'll request ICAI to keep 1 or 2 query session for you guys. So thank you so much for your time and patience. Thank you so much for your active participation in the session. I'm there with you till the last date of your exam. So whatever the queries you feel like, you can post it to ICAI. Further, I request you guys to please post your feedbacks on these lectures conducted by ICAI. It will help us to improve as posted by Mr. Srinivasan also. So Mr. Srinivasan will surely try to incorporate whatever you are suggesting. So have a great day. Wish you good luck for your exams. Thank you so much. I'm done, sir.